I did not have my own voice to say my opinion, to say my thoughts, to differ from them in any way. So I was just kind of the yes person. I'm going to go and do that for you. I'm going to work harder than everybody else. I'll be the Oz behind the curtain. So that's the way I've spent my whole life. And you helped me understand that all those people in my life that saw the ability or maybe the weakness inside me or the emptiness inside me, because I was raised only to be seen and not to be heard. You have helped me so much, Batia, to come back.
I would like Audra to tell us the story, how you found me, how you got to me, what were you feeling, what was the process for that link, that connection.
Yeah, well, I'm the one who's so lucky that I got to meet you, but the story is beautiful in my opinion. And I don't know if those who are listening are religious or spiritual or have some sort of higher, sense about themselves, but to me, I am those things. And once before, 4 or 5 years ago, I wanted to go on a spiritual journey, and it started flushing me. I just kind of threw it out to the universe. Like, I kind of want to do this. I don't know where to go. And the place, the people, the who I was going to meet all came into place. Well, I kind of threw it back out there again earlier this year. And again, everything just started coming to me. So Costa Rica, I was like, well, shouldn't I go to Aruba and sit in an all-inclusive, or shouldn't I do this, or shouldn't I do that? No, Costa Rica, it wouldn't stop. It was incessant noise in my head. And then I have a girlfriend who's a beautiful, beautiful friend of mine here in Central Florida, and she's Costa Rican. And so I said, hey, I really need some help I'm having a calling to want to go to Costa Rica, and I don't know what to do, where to go. Can you direct me? And she's like, oh, I know how much you love doing, inner work and spiritual journeys and, life coaching. I have this really beautiful friend that I need to connect. And so if you recall, Batia, you and I spoke like very briefly on a Tuesday, and I was in Costa Rica that Sunday. Everything fell in place. How I got there, the airfare, the hotels, the resort that you set up. I mean, just everything. And so to me, I felt like it was in the perfect alignment that everyone was saying, yes, this is what you were meant to do.
Yes, it was really fast. It was really I remember that I was in Florida at that time, a little like a couple of days before you called me, and
Yes.
we couldn't meet. It was
Mhm.
too fast for me, too fast for you. And this friend that we have in common, that think through our glasses,
Oh,
also is just connect us and said, "Oh, Audra should talk to you," and then okay, we set a meeting on Tuesday, and it was like really, really nice. Also, from my part, because I didn't have any workshop schedule, I didn't have any real process going on that week. I was available the whole week for you to come. So it was like one of one meant to be. And the beautiful thing is that as I usually do in group retreats, I pick you up at the airport. We went out, we just planned, then we do all the traveling through the ferry and the sea to get to the island, and then start there. So, what were your expectations?
I trust my friend so much, right? Our friend here, and she hasn't led me astray before. Her and I talk and have really great, deep conversations. And so I knew that if she was putting me in the hands of you, that I am in safe hands. And I wanted to come so open that I didn't really do a lot of research on you. I didn't read your books. I hadn't read your blogs, because I wanted to just have faith in the process that I was being directed to kind of come, directly for this week to spend with you. And so, you knew that we both kind of knew that there wasn't going to be a tight schedule, that we were going to let it kind of fluctuate a little bit. And when we came together, we would know the direction to take because of your, speciality and your knowledge. And, you are probably one of the best pivoter and adapters to a process because you kind of let it flow naturally, which is what I love. And yeah, so I was just really hoping to kind of go inward and have you help me see things, pull things out that would help me kind of get my sea legs about me, that I could come back here and be strong and know my worth and know who I am. And you more than achieved that with me. So thank you so much.
There are two goals for me. I don't say yes to everyone, because
Right.
there are conditions in order to get that transformation. One is you know that you want to flip it over. You want, that's the name of the book, my book, Flip It Over. You know you want to change.
Yes.
So you were open to it.
Yes.
So those are basically the two ingredients that you need in order to come to a retreat like that, to come and to work with me even one-on-one or on Zoom, because I can guide you, I can do exercises with you, but if you don't want to change, if you don't want to transform and really do the exercises, is meaningless because I'm just a guide. The
Right.
work, really, you did the work, right? You came ready to be open and to change and to receive yes, and because the guidance is mainly to open your soul and take your light out because you just have dim it so much that you can hardly see it. So my work there is to help you put the volume on your light so you really can shine your real you. It's not a formula. Let's say it's not a formula that you have to do this, this, and this. And that's what I like what you said about the flow, the wording that came out, the need. It's through the process that I can really guide you and take the words that you need, not what I think I need. What I think you need is what you express your reading, your needing. So, what are the main results you achieved?
Oh gosh. I mean, honestly, there's too many to say because I think I agree with you. So to me, I came so open to the process. I was desperate for change. I was desperate to, as you say, find my light. A lot of people said that they saw it. I get a lot of comments about my aura being so pretty and things like that. And I'm like, I don't even know that I had a light, much less a beautiful light. And for you to kind of help have me see that and flip it over to where which really is all we can say and want in our life. It's great to have outward confirmations that you did this good, you did that good, you looked this, you acted this. But really, when it comes down to it, it's how do I feel about me? And as long as I can sit in that and love that, that's really the gift you gave me was, oh, I'm going to choke up. But that's the gift you gave me, was that I got to come back and sit by myself and know I'm enough. I'm whole. I'm more than whole. My cup is overflowing. And I just can't wait to continue down my own path, but show others that they too can have a similar path. It doesn't take long being with Batia because you can, like you said, flip it over really fast, but you have to come to you willing to be open and vulnerable and transparent in order to get there.
It's interesting because you said that others saw your aura. And you said when you came to me that I feel seen, but I don't feel heard. And you said it today too. So it's that they could see your aura, they can see who you are, but you didn't feel that they were ready to hear who you are, not just see who they think they are, because it was the beauty outside, right? The hair, the perfume, even the perfume and the jewelry and all that, that you took off completely. You
Yes,
got
I
rid of
did.
it
I
in the
came
island.
through with no makeup, no, I even say it in one of my reels, that I came to you without any makeup, without any jewelry, any accessories. And I just came to you raw because I felt like I don't want to put anything on that is only going to be seen from out here. I need to go deep. I need to go in, and I have to be completely stripped of everything in order to really allow this process to fully envelop me and develop me and grow who I am, because that's really, I don't know, that's really the beauty of life, is knowing yourself unapologetically.
Oh, that, and I'm taking that word now because
Yes,
we use different techniques, right? I use phototherapy a lot to see what you see, what's your interpretation. I use nature, I use trees, I use animals, I use the environment itself, just for you to hear what the others are telling you, right?
right,
And that is one of the, I think the turning point for you was in that walking through nature, that we got to a tree that then I asked you, what is that tree telling you? And then you came with the unapologetically me. So that's where you really hold it from you, right? To allow yourself to be you, unapologetically you.
yeah. Yeah, in fact, that's the name of my new project because of my trip with you. Because I think, a lot of buzzwords are going around, of being transparent and being authentic and being, able to speak and have your voice. But for me, I needed to even take it a step further, right? And I needed to just say, this is me. And I would love for you to like it and, walk arm in arm and hand in hand with me about it. And we can both, be unapologetically ourselves. But I'm going to do it no matter what. And I might have some haters, I might have some lovers, I might have whatever, but it doesn't really matter anymore after spending a week with you, Batia, because I know it inside me and I have it, and I'm never getting rid of it. So I just want to maybe share with others how to get it too. And that starts with you and somebody spending time with you and doing workshops with you, doing retreats with you. It's imperative to our soul as not just women, but maybe, and not just women of age. I'm middle-aged myself. I'm twice divorced. I have sons, so it's like I'm kind of out here by myself, if you will, in my 50s. And sometimes, you can stumble a little bit and not really know your way. I didn't think at this point in my life I was going to be responsible for 100% of 100% of my life. And I am. So I really needed to get whole with me so that I can go and give the most I can out to this world. And I couldn't have gotten there without you. I really couldn't have. And I really hold you in that much of
Thank you. I went through a process too,
right.
and I'm a little bit more than middle age, although I said that I'm in my second adolescence, because the age of the middle age is about the same. We don't know what to do, where to go,
Right.
right? And we have hormone issues, the same thing. So it's really like an adolescence, but it's really the exploration of ourselves, and is the allowing ourselves to make mistakes, to explore, to not know what we don't know, just
Right.
to wait and see and get the information that the connection with nature does it, but also the connections with ourselves to the higher self or the higher power, or as you call it. But we usually tend to look for our answers outside of our questions. We try
Right.
to look at outside, but really we have the answers inside. The only thing that we need is a stimulus to take that beauty of ourselves out. And yes, you say we can find haters and lovers. And so, yes, so then we start attracting the people that really add to our lives and not people that try to hold us back. Because when we are unapologetically us, is sometimes we're mirrors and we allow the others to be themselves too.
Mhm.
That's when we get to this point. Why? Because one of the main ingredients I think that we get is that non judgment. Everything is okay. There is no wrong answers. Okay? We are in in the evolving of our lives, and if we made a mistake, it's a lesson, and if we have a success, it's a celebration. But always there is no failure, there is no bad doing. We are always in ourselves.
Well, so I find this really interesting, and I think this is important for people to hear. You're right. I should have come into this at this stage of my life, and a lot of people would say she already had this, but I so didn't. I was brought up outside of my grandmother, who's was my everything, but my family life, my married life, friends, bosses. I I did not have my own voice to to say my opinion, to say my thoughts, to differ from them in any way. So I was just kind of the yes person. I'm going to go and do that for you. I'm going to work harder than everybody else. I'll be the Oz behind the curtain for those of you who know Wizard of Oz. So that's the way I've spent my whole life. And you helped me understand that all those people in my life that saw the ability or the maybe the weakness inside me or the emptiness inside me, because I was raised only to be seen and not to be heard. You have helped me so much, Batya, to come back and not be a jerk, but to at least stand with stronger footing and be able to say, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to allow you to say that. And of course, it's still in my head. I don't say it out loud to them yet, which I'm working on. But I'm just like in my head saying, okay, I hear you. I'm going to let you say that, but I'm going to not take that on because it's not for me. That's your issue. That's not my issue. And I'm telling you, that alone was almost a pivotal point, just like you're saying, the unapologetic and the big tree that we saw, Seva. There's so many things in that week that I'm taking away, but that one was a powerful one to come back to the States with and deal with some of the people that were still in my life that, were giving me a little bit of angst.
And then you had the opportunity to see what's yours, what's not yours, and how to be polite yourself. But
Yes.
look, even in this conversation, it comes not to be a jerk, right?
Right.
Because we are trained that if we say what we are honest and loyal to ourselves to protect ourselves,
Mhm.
is or to say no, for example,
Right.
is like making the other person mad and I'm a jerk. Okay? Because I'm protecting myself and I'm taking care of me, I'm a jerk, really, or a selfish. And that's how we are trained and let's say uneducated, especially women. That is,
Yes.
you have to be nice always and you have to think about the others. Yes, but to be take care of yourself is not to be selfish, and you don't have to be a jerk.
No.
You can be very polite, and your energy is, even if you don't say it, you transmit that. It's like, I'm not taking that. This is
Right.
yours, not mine. Yeah, this is
I
your issue,
loved
not
that.
mine. Yeah.
I
So,
loved that one.
so, um, who do you think you can recommend this retreat that we did in an island, a secluded island in Costa Rica, very disconnect
Yes,
place
it was.
to connect to yourself because the environment really help us, right? To
It
do,
did.
we have a calm sea, we have wind, we have rain, we have sun, we have a lot of nature, we have nice animals, we have not so nice animals, right? So we have mosquitoes also. Zzz, over there, like in life, we have sometimes mosquitoes in our lives, in persons that behave like mosquitoes. So, um, who do you recommend to come? We do. I do one on one, like I did with you, but usually I do it in groups of maximum 8 people, usually between 6 and 8, that really go through the same journey. So, who do you think people can come? Well, who will you recommend it? Who will you address this for?
Yeah, I mean, I think like for me, I'll talk about me and then I'll talk about others. For me, I've gone through, oh gosh, over a decade of trauma therapy, right? To kind of right my past. And I thought that that was the best thing for me to do for my sons, for my life, and so I can talk very factually about the wrongdoings in my past. But what I never focused on was how to make myself believe that I'm worthy, right? So all those things happened to me, but I still felt empty and not worthy of a great relationship or a friendship or maybe a future love in my life. So I knew that I wanted to show up to be the best mom possible for my sons because they deserved that, but I never really did it for myself. So to answer that, I feel like those who should come and see you are people who are ready to focus on themselves for the first time. And if you haven't, it's okay, because I came there completely void, in my opinion. And I'd like to say I'm emotional. I have some emotional depth and intelligence about myself, but I never felt it. I was worthy of all of this. I leave there now and 2 months removed, am so focused on myself. And I think I'm the best version of myself I've ever been. I couldn't be happier with myself. And my goal is to only be surrounded with beautiful humans who have beautiful souls and beautiful desires in their life. So if any of that resonated with you, I think the time is now to seize it. My goal would be for people to come to you at 20, at 40, at 50, a day before I did, to try to catch the most of the rest of their life that they can, to be completely open and whole with themselves. Because as soon as you're whole with yourself, you can be there for everybody else. So everyone should come see
Mhm,
Bhatia,
mhm.
but especially those who are ready to make a change, to improve your own life for yourself, by yourself. Go.
Oh, that's beautiful. How does this show, this transformation shows in the daily new Audra?
Yeah.
What projects, behaviors, relationships? How does it show? Just for people to see it forceful, to see it there. How
Yeah,
how
for those of you who are seeing me only on this side, you don't know who I was the day before I showed up to see Bhatia. But everyone that knows me on this side is like, what happened? Like, you are visibly, physically, emotionally, your entire demeanor is peace. People have said that, and what was so interesting was my goal going to you was to find inner peace. And now on this side, people are coming up to me and using that same word, which is interesting because I don't put it out there. Like, you just look like you're at peace entirely. Now, I spend a lot of time in nature. I call it nurturing in nature, because you and I did a lot of that during that week. And I couldn't have been happier, doing the hikes, grounding in nature, seeing the spiritual meanings of all the animals that we saw, being in water with you that day, out in the ocean. It's just, there's so much nature. And I felt like I was kind of almost coming back home to nature, because I spent a lot of time in nature when I was a little girl, when my house was so
Mm.
chaotic. And I felt like, wow, that was really a comfort for me. That was really where I felt that I could go and be at peace. So I'm spending a lot of time outside. I'm paddleboarding, I'm hiking, I'm walking and doing sunrise walks every morning. I've never woke up this early, and I wake up every day for sunrise to go take a walk. Um, I I don't know. I mean, there's so much that's happened to me on the other side. I'm able to stand up for myself in the most politest way, because I'm still a very,
Mm-hmm.
yes, polite woman. But yeah, like, what doesn't serve me anymore, I'm okay not doing just for the sake of doing it to do it. And I've never really been like that before. I would put myself out for the betterment of others, and I'm not necessarily saying yes to everything every more, all the time now. um I don't know. I just never have been this happy and free. And
It
it's
doesn't
it's
mean
beautiful.
it. What I want the audience to hear, it doesn't mean that Audra doesn't have problems outside. It's being that despite the circumstances, okay?
Correct.
It's despite the challenges with at work, with the family, with financial, with needing to move to another house, as you told me before,
Right.
and also you mentioned that you um, are thinking to do a project that is called the Unapologetically Me. Is that what you said?
Yes. Well, I call it my love project, because I'm so in love with the idea of myself being unapologetically me. But I really, really, as I said earlier, I really am trying to talk to as many people who want to hear it, experience the people that are seeing it, just, with who I am now, um, to get them to do some of the phototherapy workshops that you and I have talked about, to get them to Costa Rica, to have them, have you be their life coach as well, because transformation, it doesn't take long. Your tips and tricks and ideals and what you've put in your book is so sustainable. It literally is a flip of the mind, a flip of your emotion, a flip of anything. And your book, Flip It Over, I highly recommend to everyone, because to me, that is like a workbook. You can work through it, even if you can't
Mm.
meet Batia one-on-one, you can work with her through all of her practices and suggestions in there. And then hopefully we can do workshops together. I plan to come back to you and have you be a lifelong life coach for me, and a mentor and a friend, because I'm blessed to have had that week with you, Batia. I really am. And I'm the one that's leaving a better person.
What I really like and feel really honored is that I because I did it myself
Mhm.
before. I went through also those times that are really really hard of uncomfort and that we don't know what's happening. Everybody thinks that we have the life together, but we're not.
Yeah.
Is that I can see really the flip over, okay? And especially, like I said in chapter 11 of the book, the story you tell yourself about yourself, how
Yes.
you really change your own story, how you rewrite the story of yourself. And this is something that it's with very small changes, right? As you just said, mindset that everybody can do it. You just need
Everyone.
to be open and wanted to change. To do that,
Agree. Yeah.
you do. Yeah.
Everyone can do this. Even if you take one takeaway, I try to take 100 takeaways, but even if you just take 1 to 3 takeaways from Batia's book, her workshops, her retreats, I highly recommend that you invest in yourself. You owe it to yourself to live the best life you can, no matter where you are on the scale of life. Do it, and do it now, because that's my goal. Is I waited so long to invest in me, and I'm going to have a beautiful rest of my life. But if I can catch any of you sooner, faster, do it, and do it now. So between your book and your workshops and your retreats and me starting Unapologetically Me as a love project, you can come to either of us, and we're going to be working together and apart and partnering and not, but you can do it. I don't know. I just want to tell everybody, you've got it in you. Do it. You're
I
worthy.
feel so honored and at the same thing so humble because I don't impose anything to anybody. You just
No.
take what you want and what is fits for you is not judging and not forcing is just as you say as flow as a subtle and I feel really so honored and so flattered that you really got the essence of my work and to allow yourself to take it in and become you, right? And it's like that's why becomes a friendship that by the way I was really when I was studying behavioral sciences and then practicing one of the comments of all this that you get to be friends with your coaches and your yes, that's me. So say you have to keep the distance. I don't know how to keep the distance because this is if I can help you turn on your light to the greatest is I'll shine too. You're giving me your light, I'm giving you your light. So I just feel really, really honored that although I changed the name of my workshops, my retreats that were connecting through nature, it was at the beginning. Um, for you, and I don't know why, but I stayed like that. It's come back to your core, right? This back to the core is back to you, back to this. So, thank you very much, Audrey. It has been so nice to hear your story. I hope it will help a lot of other people just to see that it can be done. It can be done. It's just you want need to be done. If you have to say one word or one sentence, what are you taking today after listening to yourself?
I just I feel finally, like, we use the word a lot, empowered, let's empower ourselves. But I honestly feel not in a cocky way, but I feel the most empowered I've ever felt in my life. I love the mission of my career. I love the mission and vision of my love project that I like, to share. And I just feel that we all just need to band together and rise above and be the best versions of ourselves unapologetically.
Oh, that's so beautiful. You just gave the definition of success of Maya Angelou. Then Maya Angelou says that success is to like who I am, what
Mhm.
I do, and how I do it.
Oh,
So,
that's beautiful.
so I love that definition, and you just said it so nicely that I just had to pointed out that that's really success in Maya Angelou's words and mine too. When you like who you are, what you do, and how you do it. So thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Hope
Mwah. Mwah, 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 Batia.
and a big hug to you and to
Thank
all
you.
the listeners. I hope you allow yourself to become you unapologetically.
That's
So
right.
that's a hard word for me in in English, but okay. So sin excusas, no excuses. You can be you.
That's right. Thank you.
So thank you. See you next time.